Welcome to Explorer Classroom. My name is Andre Gabrieli, and I'm so glad you're joining us today for this special Earth Day event. Be sure to talk with your class and your family about how we're all going to celebrate our incredible planet. At National Geographic, we know the power of exploration, wonder, and storytelling can change the world. This Explorer Classroom YouTube show connects students from around the world with our National Geographic explorers for short lessons and time for your questions. Today, our explorers are João Campos-Silva and Andressa Scabin. João and Andressa are conservationists who work in the Amazon River Basin in South America, and they are part of the Perpetual Planet Amazon Expedition. The Amazon rainforest has precious animals and plants that are not found anywhere else on Earth, and it is home to the Amazon River, one of the largest rivers in the world. Today, João and Andressa are going to tell us about the aquatic life that live in the Amazon River and how these species are conserved with the support of riverside communities. But before we get into today's lesson, let's welcome our viewers who registered in advance and join us from around the globe. Our shout outs go to Toluca Lake Elementary, Ocean Breeze Homeschool, Sackland Valley School, Discovery Charter School, Hawthorne Elementary, Irwin Elementary, Olentangy Meadows Elementary, Fire Prairie Middle, John Adams Middle, Oakland Elementary, Tecumseh Vista, Creekside High, Mililani Middle, Hahaioni Elementary, the Ami School, Belvedere Elementary, Hatch House, Kit Bridge Academy, South Shore School, Memorial Private High, Robert E. Clark Middle, North Beardsley Elementary, Thornton's Ferry Elementary, Whiting Community School District, Stevens Central Public School, Sir William Osler Elementary School, Parkview Junior High, Father Daniel Zion, Columbia Elementary, Fishhawk Creek Elementary, P.L. Robertson, Lucy V. Barnsley, Wiley Middle School, Oak Ridge Elementary, J.W. Girth Public Schools, Santa Maria Marianistas, Mary McLeod Bethune Middle School, Clyde Hill Elementary, Oak Ridge Elementary, Woodcrest Public School, Paulding Virtual Academy, and all of our homeschools out there. We're thrilled to have you here. And with that, let's get this Explorer Classroom started. It's time to turn it over to João and Andressa to share all about aquatic life in the Amazon and the power of community conservation. Take it away.
Thank you, Andre. Hello, everybody. My name is Andressa Scabin, and he is João Campos-Silva.
Hello, everyone.
So we are National Geographic Explorer from Brazil, and today we are bringing you to Amazon first. So I want to share my screen now with you guys. It's okay, Andre? It's working? So today, in the Earth Day, I want to bring you to the largest tropical forest on Earth, the Amazon. When you think about Amazon, what's the first thing that comes in your mind? Probably jaguars, caimans, giant otters, all these kind of amazing animals and plants. If you think like this, you're right. The Amazon is the greatest biodiverse place on Earth, with more than 100,000 species of birds, 400 species of mammals, 300 species of reptiles, 3,000 species of fish, 400 species of amphibians, more than 100,000 invertebrates, and 40,000 species of plants. But Amazon is also home to thousands of human, indigenous and non-indigenous people. So there are more than 200 human groups living in Amazon, speak different languages and with different cultural practices. These people have learned to live in a very, very beautiful relationship with nature. So these people take care of the forest, and the forest take care of the people, offering food, shelter, and many other benefits. Amazon also have the largest river in the world in terms of a volume of water. And rivers represent a very important part of this environment, being essential to lives of people and animals. One interesting thing about Amazon is that it has 2 seasons, one flooded season and one dry season. How it works? When the rain increase in a period of time in Amazon, the river arises, the level of the river rise, and all the environment will become flooded. As you can see in the image, the aquatic animals can swim between the trees. And when the rain stops, the environment becomes drier and it's more split. So the animals goes to the big rivers or the lakes, not more in the forest. So these we call flood pools. It's really important because affects the life of the animals and also the people. The flood season is very important for once they allow the animals go to the forest to feed. For example, this is tambaqui. This fish is adapted to eat fruits from the trees. When in the flood season, they go between the trees and eat the fruits. Today, we are going to show you, to introduce you 6 big animals that we call Amazonia aquatic megafauna. And we also will show you how we can protect them, what we are doing in Amazon to conserve these animals. Let's start with the biggest one, the Amazonia manatee. The Amazonia manatee is the largest aquatic mammal in the Amazon, and it can reach up 3 meters and 450 kilograms. They are semi-aquatic, they eat semi-aquatic plants and roots and can live until 65 years. This animal is very important for the environmental because when they eat these plants, the aquatic plants, they clear the surface of the water and the light from the sun can achieve the water. And some phytoplanktons that depends of the light to do photosynthesis are benefit with this. And also the fertilizing the water when they pool and liberate some particles, plant particles and micronutrients. The reproduction of these animals occur during the flood season of the rivers, which is the period with highest availability of food for these species. Unfortunately, it's an endangered species and the hunting is the big threat for them. Let's have a look in this beautiful family of manatees. They are really cute animals. Another important mammal in Amazon is the pink river dolphin. It can reach more than 2 meters and 200 kilograms. In general, males are larger and pinker than females. They have very small eyes, but they have in the top of the head a structure called melon that emits some vibration like a sonar. And this vibration can go through the water and hit objects and animals and bounce back. And with this, they can move it in the middle of the forest during the flood season. Pink dolphins normally are solitary, but sometimes they stay in some groups. Here we have a video with some pink dolphins swimming. It's really beautiful creatures. They swimming is like a dancing in the water. They're really nice animals. Now I want to introduce you the giant otter or water jaguar. Giant otters live in large family groups of up to 10 individuals, usually a couple if they are pups. They can live about 8 years. They catch fishing using the excellent vision and the extraordinary diving abilities. They usually eat the fish, holding them with the forelegs and eat by their head. They are really social animals, so they live in groups, they communicate a lot. For example, we are going to see they can emit some sounds to communicate like this. Now we cannot listening, but they are doing emitting some sounds when they open their mouth to communicate the group for a danger or to protect the territory. Now, the incredible black caiman. Black caiman can reach up to 5 meters and 400 kilograms. They can eat fish, small mammals, and turtles. Female build nets on the bank of the rivers using leaves, sticks, or vines, or just grass. They put around 30 eggs in the nest, and they are heavy hunted due to the conflicts with fishermen because sometimes they destroy the fish nets from the fishermen. Here we have a black caiman coming close to us. It's scary, isn't it? And here we have a group of caimans fishing together. Now it's time to giant South American turtle. The giant turtle can reach to 65 kilograms, and they feed on fish, mollusks, crustaceans, insects, worms, fruits, and leaves. The female used to lay about 100 eggs in the beach, and after laying the eggs, they return to the water and continues to aggregate in front of the beach, waiting for the hatchings goes to the water. These have more or less 40 to 60 days, and when they go to the water, they can communicate under the water, and they go together to migrate to a safer place. In this video, we can see some of them swimming together. I really love turtles. It's my favorite animal. And finally, it's time to the giant arapaima, the João's favorite animal. The arapaima is the largest freshwater fish species on Earth. It can reach up 3 meters and 200 kilograms. As the arapaima is a big fish living in a water pool of oxygen, it needs to come to the surface about every 20 minutes to get breath, to breathe. For this, arapaima, in addition to have gills, it has a swim bladder that functions like a lung. One interesting thing about arapaima is that puppies, during the first weeks of life, they stay close to the father's head, sometimes inside their mouth, and the father protect the puppies and help them to learn how to do this air breathing. This is a very important species for indigenous society and has an important role to riverine people on Amazonia. Indigenous people used to say that arapaima was a man before becoming a fish. In this video, we can see the amazing arapaima, and look this hedge color in his tail is incredible. Now, João is going to tell you about some initiatives that we are doing to conserve the giant arapaima and the giant turtle. João is coming.
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm super happy to share some information from Amazonia. As Andressa said, Amazonia is a place very, very beautiful with many species of animals and also with a huge cultural diversity, which means lots of groups of people, indigenous peoples, that have been interacting with the natural world in different ways. And these traditional people has a great knowledge that we should pay attention to learn from them and to find some solutions to improve our relationship with nature. So here the idea is to show you a very beautiful initiative in Amazonia, which is called community-based management of giant arapaima. As Andressa said, the arapaima is very, very important for Amazonian people, and important for food, important in terms of economic returns, and also in terms of beliefs, cosmology. And due to its huge importance, the arapaima was overfished in the last century, becoming virtually extinct in many localities. Then, to reverse the population decline, experienced fishers, community leaders, researchers and conservationists, they developed an innovative model to protect the arapaima and to recover the wild population. The first model was introduced and implemented in the Mamirawa Reserve 20 years ago. The Mamirawa Reserve is a protected area, very important in Amazonia, because it is a place where researchers and traditional people work together to develop solutions for the protection of the Amazonia. In the arapaima model, it is very simple, actually. Basically, the local communities are empowered to protect their territory. So in this model, they are able to protect the territory against illegal fishers and poachers. So this protection ensures that arapaima and many other species have a safe place to feed and reproduce. So basically, the local communities build wood houses in the entrance of the lakes, and the fisheries become forbidden. So there's no fisheries in these protected lakes. And then they can easily count the number of arapaima in each lake, because as Andressa told us, the arapaima should come to the surface. So they put the head outside the water and people can count the number of fish. And this is very, very important. And they do it in regular intervals of 20 minutes. So experienced fishers are placed in strategic place around the lakes, counting the individuals. Then they can send the number for the government, and the government can allow a fishing quota that can be harvested. Through this sustainable harvesting, the local communities can make money, an important money. And bear in mind that we are talking about a very, very remote place in Amazonia, where people very often do not have the opportunity to study, to have like a job. So this is very, very important. And these protected lakes work as a source area where the arapaima increase their population, and then they can migrate to other places during the aquatic phase of the Amazonia, and they can colonize depleted places. The results of this model are impressive. In the Juruá River, for example, a very beautiful river in Amazonia where we have been working for a long time, this river in my background, the population of arapaima increased by 425% in 11 years. And the protection also benefited many other species, including freshwater turtles, caimans, river dolphins, manatees, giant otter, and all species living in the aquatic environment. So this is a very, very effective conservation strategy. And in addition to recover the wild population, the arapaima management has greatly benefited rural communities, increasing the income, food security, and funding support to for example, to enhance the infrastructure like schools or health posts. We used to say that the arapaima is the fish of change, because through this fish, these people have been improving their quality of life at the same time that they are ensuring the protection of nature. From a small beginning, now the arapaima, here's just to show some slides to show, because these improvements are very, very important in terms of opportunities for these rural communities. For example, last year we had 2 cases of cancer, a very serious disease in these communities, and the economic return from arapaima management has paid the treatments of these people in a big city in Brazil, in Manaus. Like 10 years ago, it would not be possible, and those people would die in the bank of the rivers. So the social security behind this model is very important to ensure the welfare of those people. And from a small beginning, now the Arapaima has been management has been occurring in more than 1,000 communities, and this model elucidate for us that local people are very, very important for the future in Amazonia. We must be inspired by traditional communities that lives in this place for millennia, because no one takes better care of the forest than its residents. And also, just to complement, there are other very interesting initiative in Amazonia, which is called the community-based management of freshwater turtles. It is very similar to the Arapaima management, but they used to protect sand beaches rather than lakes. So they used to build wood house in the front of the beaches, and they spend like 5 months protecting it. And bear in mind that those sand beaches are very important for many species to reproduce. And here you can see the beach guards, as we call for these guys. They are responsible to protect the nests and then to release the hatchlings. And they ensure the release of about 500,000 hatchlings per year. This is one example of the hatchlings release. You can see people releasing the hatchlings. And this strategy has been contributing with the protection of these very, very important species. And in the last 10, 30 years, the population size of freshwater turtles increased almost 12-fold. And here the hatchlings are coming to the water. And then, as Andressa said, the mother are waiting to migrate in groups for a safer place, like a shallow lake or something like that. Well, that's it. We are super happy to be here, and we hope that you have different questions and we can keep our conversation. Thank you very much.
Sounds magical. And then we always end on one similar question. How can we take on your mission and help protect aquatic life or contribute to conservation efforts in our own communities?
Yeah. One important thing, for example, for the aquatic environmental is is fight against the pollution of the water. But when we are in our communities, we can engage in some initiatives of conservation. Every place, there are some initiatives that take care of the nature. So be part of this initiative. Enjoy, for example, this day, the Earth Day, to look for this organizations that work with nature, understand more about what they do, and engage, be part of these initiatives.
Yeah, I think everywhere there are people concerned with nature, concerned with our future. So we should engage. It's important to study solutions from a better world, but it's also important to engage in activity. So every neighborhood has an organization concerned with environmental problems. And if you do not have it nearby you, you can engage through internet. You can support people and support organizations that have been working, because everyone needs support. You know, I think that the trend is not so optimistic for the world, but we need to try to promote big change. And I think the best way is to engage, help
Yeah.
putting your energy in this cause.
Yeah. For example, me and João, we're part of an organization, Instituto João, and we have about 20 volunteers that work in all around Brazil, and they never been in Amazon, but they are helping a lot with our work.
Yes, they are very, very important to keep the organization, even living very, very far away from Amazonia.
Amazing. João, Andressa, thank you so much. And thank you to all the students and teachers out there. I hope you join more of our events. Next week, we'll be right back here on the regular schedule with Explorer Kasim Rafiq to learn all about big cats. You can register your student groups for a shout out during the event and a chance to be on screen at natgeoed.org/explorerclassroom. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay curious.